Newhouse Farm, our 3 latest guests need an eco-playground. Whilst we reap the benefits of a green lifestyle, others are just picking up the trail. Andrew wants to harness the sun's power. Danette wants to conserve energy. And the Moriarty's campsite is getting a special delivery.
Oh, look, isn't it gorgeous?
We always said we wanted to have a pond here, and some of the old maps have actually got ponds at the end of Newhouse Farm. But what we're doing now, the whole pond that we're going to build has got 2 functions. It's going to be great for wildlife, but Tom and Laura, who's staying with, they've got ducks. Well, it seemed like a cracking idea to build something for the ducks to actually live in. The water wheel at the top's making electricity, a little turbine at the bottom making electricity, and the ducks live in the middle. Seems very clever.
James has press-ganged a working party, including my gorgeous daughter Charlotte, who's back from university.
Digging a hole this size is a pretty big undertaking to do by hand, but hopefully we're going to save some fossil fuels and get some exercise, so it'll be all right. And Charlotte's brought some friends, so we're working hard, and it's good.
I think it's going to be great when it's finished, and it's going to be so cool because the ducks are going to have somewhere really lovely to live. But apparently we just leave it be, and then the wildlife comes to us.
They've all finished university now, except for Charlotte. So stop using your brain, start using your body.
Jimmy?
The body can become temples just like mine.
Dig harder! If you want beer, you work hard.
Far from the Cornish countryside, Andrew Martin contacted me about creating green energy in his back garden. He lives in the East End, smack in the heart of the 2012 Olympic Games site.
As you can see, the Olympics is coming to this part of town. My house is only about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from here. So the world's media will be travelling backwards and forwards between this place and the other side of my house. So why not stop off at my house on the way and see what I've done to my back garden or whatever.
That's if you can clear your garden in the next 5 years, Andrew.
This isn't going to mulch.
Oh my God!
What do you think?
It's really nice.
How would you feel if we had a big solar water heater at the end here?
A what?
A solar water heater. It would be like a big box full of black painted pipes hanging over the top of it, like a sunshade almost, over the top of the back of the garden.
All right.
Would you?
I don't like that.
No?
What would that
I'll obviously
do?
have to convince you. It will heat my water without using gas or electricity.
Oh,
We'll try and do it sensitively. We won't make it look like the Pompidou Centre, some sort of industrial monstrosity with all these pipes hanging out of it.
Andrew hasn't convinced his neighbour yet, but perhaps I can. Time to make a plan.
Andrew?
Hello, yes.
Dick, mate, nice to see you. How are we doing?
Come on in.
Right, what do you want, mate? What are you trying to achieve? Come on, talk to me.
Well, I'd like to get as much sustainable energy in here as possible.
I don't see many eco projects around the area.
No.
Got to be first,
I think it's, I think this is probably it.
Right, I suppose the question is, what are your priorities?
The real thing is things like the solar water heater. And I'm thinking possibly, I know it's probably not the most efficient way to do it, but building my own.
You can make a system that involves copper pipes on a sheet of copper, but you want something that conducts the heat easily. This area here, which would be your better area, even, hold on, just, if we come up to, in the winter, yeah, the sun's going to be struggling to get up there, isn't it?
It does get over there, just about.
Do you know what would be nice? I don't know if we get away with it. What's the chances of us actually mounting that on a metal bracket? I could make you up a metal bracket back at the workshop.
Standing on the back of the house.
And just screwing it on this side so it's above there, facing south. Yeah?
That's sneaky.
Don't anybody notice it? Yeah, they probably would, wouldn't they? Now, I work on the principle it's better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission.
Sure.
Obviously, I'm only joking, folks. To avoid a load of hassle, you should check if you need planning permission. Now, I wonder how the youngsters are getting on with the duck pond.
Well, there's a raincoat over there. Oh, my raincoat's inside, but that's a long way away, and I'm not going to put it in.
Summertime in Cornwall. And it is. We haven't had rain for ages. This is really great.
We swap that one with this one.
Dad's original plan was it. Oh, this is really wet and gross. Dad's original plan was that it was going to be interesting shapes, and now it's just a circle.
It's a good hole. They're working hard. It's just going to cost me a fortune in beer.
James, stop it, James. If I go, James, no, it's going everywhere.
No, behave, James. Behave. Don't even think about it. We've been here. We're almost at the stage where we're going to put water in here. It's to tidy up. We have the shape of our pond. We've got little curvy bits around the edge, which is nice for what. Leave your sister alone. Charlotte, come here. Come here, Charlotte. Oh, you can't even scream. Bad boy. You can't even scream. Charlotte, grab his arm. Come on. Actually, I think that's a cracking job. Yeah. Get more water in here and make it pretty. Right, we need to get some big on here.
Enough mucking around, we've got work to do. Time to get James cleaned up and Jim on the case.
Andrew Martin's bits. Andrew wants a solar thermal system for free. In Andrew's house, we've got a tank. Okay? And his tank's got a single coil in it, which goes down to his boiler. And when his boiler comes on, it heats up and it goes around and it does that. And there's a little pump that's going to be pumping stuff around the place there somewhere to make the water go around it. Okay? Now, our problem is we want to put a solar thermal system on it. And the normal way to put a solar thermal system on is to actually have a second coil.
Yeah.
That means you have to buy a new tank. And a new tank's quite expensive, 300-400 quid.
Right.
All right? He doesn't want to do that. So we have to find a way of getting the panels, there's our panel up here, the heat from the panel into the tank.
We've come up with an ingenious solution. It's a bit Heath Robinson, but it will connect Andrew's solar panel to his old tank.
When you turn on your shower, the hot water from the top of the tank comes up through here and out that way.
And is that going to,
Affect the flow rate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
It takes about 50% of the flow out. Because he doesn't want to spend any money, though.
Then it's just he's going to sacrifice
you've got to compromise somewhere.
Yeah.
And as well as that, Andrew's keen to be experimental.
Yeah.
And this is experimental.
Yeah.
There, clear as mud. Just down the road in Cornwall, the Moriarty Sisters are building an eco-campsite. So far, they've mapped out the pitches, found water, planted hundreds of trees, and ordered their compost loo.
Look, they're all porcelain in different colours.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a priority, isn't it? And they might just like, what?
They love each other, really. In fact, Candy has a big surprise for Jake, if only she can find it.
Hopewell, not looking for Hopewell. Chipplehampton, is that what you've been saying? Yeah. That's a private house, is it? Yeah. Okay, so it has to be this way.
No, I think we should go, what's that say up there, Chittle?
Well, I don't know what we're looking for. It's still a mystery.
I told you, it's something for you to wear, isn't it?
I don't know what I'm looking for.
That'll be it. Alpacas.
No, he said alpacas. He said alpacas. Oh, yes! Yes!
Well, there we are. The surprise has gone. Hello.
Come on in.
I'm Ian, yes.
Hi, Ian. I'm Candida.
Hello, nice to meet you.
This is Jake, my sister.
How do you do?
And this is my niece, Kelly.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello. Oh, look, isn't it gorgeous?
Candy's present to her sister is a pair of alpacas. They're camelids that'll graze their land and provide them with the odd woolly jumper, allegedly.
What is the attraction that everybody wants alpacas?
I can show you some product before you leave quickly. I mean, it is 3 times stronger than sheep's wool.
Oh yes, but if it's not, I mean, if the wool is better, I understand that. But why hasn't it taken off? You say there isn't much of a market for it yet.
Purely because of numbers. I mean, there's only 3 million alpacas in the world, and 95% of those are in Peru.
Yeah, a pregnant one is going to be roughly 3,000.
£3,000 upward.
But if we went for one of your little manky ones, that
That's not nice.
yeah, you can tell the little tiny ones were very cute, but one that is not the best.
We're getting a mama called Manky and a baby called Minky.
Yeah, Minky.
You'd obviously, if you had one female, you'd have to have a male as a companion as a bare minimum.
The money is not in. It'll be in the accounts and paid back to you. If
No, this is my present to you.
No, I can't accept £3,000 for the present, Kenny.
It's a cop-out, you see, because I'm vegetarian and I didn't want to have any animals on the land that had to be slaughtered.
Yeah, no, it is a nice...
Okay.
In that case, we've got to have one for breeding because...
It is a sound investment.
There is no point, is there? Well, I mean, it's lovely to have them as pets, don't get me wrong,
Yes,
they're beautiful.
there will be pets as well.
It just seems silly not to have one...
That's a pet and
Exactly.
we bring money back in. So we're sold on, okay, spend your money, done deal, £3,500, Candy. We'll put it on the books and I'll pay you back when she starts squealing. I need to go and have a cup of tea now and get over the shock. They are lovely.
Now I'm off to Bournemouth to meet a family who've got big decisions to make about conserving energy and cutting fuel bills. Danette and Vernon have 1-year-old twins, but that's not the only change in their lives.
This basically was just scrubby lawn, wasn't it, Vernon?
Yeah.
It was just
very messy lawn.
just mossy, grassy mess. And planted some seeds, and that's it. This is what's happened. So I am quite amazed, first of all, that anything grew. I've gone from, a full-time job to being a full-time mum. The bit we've done so far, I think, the recycling, the growing your own veg, and that, although it seems daunting, they are quite easy steps.
Yeah, and not that time-consuming, really.
No, the bit, it's the next bit that seems daunting. I mean, we're really worried about energy bills. Really, really worried. And again, the girls, I just, someday they're going to go off to school, and I'd like to think they can charge in there and tell everyone to turn all the lights off, and why hasn't the school got a solar panel? So
I'm sure we can come up with something.
Hello, lovely to see you. How are you? Hello, gorgeous. So what have we got to talk about? What are we looking at?
oh, goodness.
Lots of things.
Lots of things. Just
Yeah.
where else we can go, really.
Okay.
Sort of other things.
Well, we can just sort of go through everything in that case.
Yeah.
When we're talking about your sort of energy bills and the things that you're doing, what tariff are you on? What sort of electricity do you use?
Direct debit wise, they were asking us for £125 a month, which I knew I was not using. I knew there was no way
It's a lot of juice.
we were using that.
It seems like to me like it'd be really useful for you to just get a feel for how much it's costing you to use your electric at any given time.
Yeah, I mean, all help on that.
So just reach into my pocket. I haven't taken my coat off on purpose. No. This will say exactly how much electricity you're using at any given minute.
Okay, cool.
Have you seen one of these?
No.
It's a very simple system. We'll set it up with your sort of your tariff on it. We'll connect this to your electricity meter, and you'll be able to tell when you have big surges. You'll be able to tell how much energy you're using at different times of the day, which means that if you've got some of your appliances which are costing you a lot of money, it'll come out. I take it you're insulating the loft.
We need to, yeah. Yeah. There's some extremely old, like blown shrimp paper up there.
Yeah. Really? So you haven't got much on it at all?
No.
Not great, though.
Well, the bottom line is that is a must. I can't reiterate two things I say: get green electricity and insulate your loft. I've got a ball patch, and my head freezes, my whole body gets
Yeah,
cold.
it's the
That's the answer. It's that simple. So insulation's there. Listen, ladies, lovely to meet you. I'm going back to Cornwall. Bye bye, gorgeous. Bye bye.
Hello. Hello, my God. Oh, she's so sweet. Oh, Kelly, they don't like me.
They do like you, Mum.
You'll be very happy. Oh, look at those eyes. I'm so sorry. Did you hear that about the...
Yes, I did.
Okay, because it might slip down.
Come on then. Come on, Willow, come on.
Let him go here.
Yes. We've called her Mama Lucia. Her pedigree name is Willow the Fourth. But we call her Mama Lucia. He is Diablo, and the baby will be Innocente.
There are no obvious signs of tent pitches or solar panels, but I've absolutely no doubt there must have been some serious developments by now.
Pebbles, be quiet.
Dog started barking before I know. Lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm fine. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's too many of us.
I'm quite sure the last time I was here you weren't talking about alpacas at all.
No, we weren't.
I don't seem to remember a single conversation that sort of said alpacas are high up your pecking order of things that had to be done.
I want to find out what you do to the fleece to use it for insulation.
That'd be the most expensive insulation I could possibly think of. That seems away with the
What a
fairies.
treat, though, to sit in my own house and know I've got made my own insulation.
You are going to lose so much energy through your loft by the time it takes you to get... I would say, doesn't matter what size we're talking about. We're talking about maybe sort of 60 fleeces, yeah? Which is 20 years for those two plus the next one, yeah? And for every year you get a little warm patch in your roof. Are they hobby green or are they sort of serious? Let's go for it green. Come on. You can tell me the answer to that question.
Oh, this is hurting.
No, they're serious. They're
Because I am not a hobbyist, but she
No. You don't have to be a hobbyist. We have things for fun. We got ducks that are bloody useless. I tell you. Yeah.
No, I have to say they are not hobbyists because they serve a lot of purposes, and one of the biggest is that they keep the foxes away from my geese and my chickens. So there.
Let's talk about the core activity.
Do you know, I am so sick and tired of bloody solar panels.
I haven't done anything wrong, by the way. Dick isn't picking on me. Just sounds like he's picking on me there.
No.
So what happened? You've got to alpacas rather than starting your eco campsite.
Close your ears.
They're very decorative, though, don't you think?
I actually know when to give up.
Back in Bournemouth, Danette also has a new delivery.
Look at that baby, it's brilliant. Wood, well done.
And of course, the timber is from a sustainable forest.
Put them in the hood and then we just send them down. It takes a week. It's 140, isn't it?
Thank you very much.
40.
Thank you very much.
I don't mind paying for wood because you can see it. It feels completely different to me than it does paying, like an energy direct debit. Definitely.
The wood burner cost £800.
I mean, the idea is now that we have this on instead of the central heating. So, it is an outlay. It has cost us some money, but I think it's money well spent. I think it'll pay for itself over and over again.
That's why you can't have it on this side.
In London, it's time to build Andrew's solar heating system.
Andrew, how are you doing?
How's it going?
Do you know Jim? Jim. James?
Hi, James.
Let's keep the heat in. Let's keep the heat in. We got some sunshine, mate.
Yes.
So that's where it's going. And that's
does the sun actually get to that roof?
Well, I'm reliably informed by your father that it does. Right.
What's the plan? What's the plan? Right. We're going to get this soldered up with all the piping system in it, get it mounted in the box with the insulation on the back and the actual glass plate plastic on the front of it, and have that mounted up there with two pipes coming down from it. Right. One's the cold going in and the other's the warm coming out. Yeah. That's where I want to get to today. Okay. Then tomorrow, our challenge is to connect it up.
We're using recycled material wherever possible. And the first job is to make the solar panel.
The beauty about when sunshine hits copper, the heat gets transmitted everywhere. It's really good transmitting heat. So what we're doing now is we're arranging on it, we're going to have a whole set of pipes, so when the water passes over, all the heat is captured by the copper, which will be painted black. We're going to actually transfer it into the water. That's quite a good grill, you know.
Got the box built, got the insulation in. The water heater itself is coming together.
Between the bits, see? We're not doing badly. It's going to be dark, probably in about 2 hours. So, you know, we are getting there. It is a bit experimental, but the bottom line is you've got to enjoy it. Cost is a good indicator of the energy that's gone into it and the materials that have gone into it. We're not harvesting new copper to do this. This is old copper that's being reused. It's the one coat stuff, put it on there. What colour is it? It's the colour you want to have your thing?
Pure brilliant white.
Blend it in with the building.
What's that?
That's the dinner bell.
No, that's the beer. Beer. I can hear it.
So whilst we head off for a pint, in Bournemouth, Danette's ducking out to an eco party. It's like a Tupperware party, but greener.
Don't say what this is. I'm going to pass it around. Think along environmental issues and what is one of the worst things for the environment that ladies contribute to. Each woman, the average woman, gets through 10,000 tampons or towels in her lifetime. So we all realise now that this is a menstrual cup. Okay, you squeeze it up and you insert it. And then you just rinse it. Or you can stick it in the top rack of your dishwasher. I knew that.
It's the size of it.
Yeah, but honestly, really don't let.
And we have
It's so frustrating. You're right, you can't do it. Congratulations. Well done on your
So why exactly has Danette invested in a menstrual cup?
Lots of reasons. I just felt a bit hypocritical having the girls in cloth nappies, yet using things that go off to landfill. So I've been wanting to get one for absolutely ages, but I really needed a bit of a shove to do it.
Now these are quite fascinating. These are aqua balls.
Right, day 2 at Andrew's house, and more plumbing.
We've got an awful lot of soldered joints here, and the chances of them all being perfect are very high.
Ready?
Yep. Don't let it squirt all of my regular toes.
Don't dribble it on the plate, because we won't.
What the hell am I meant to do now?
I'm getting bloody soaked!
Stupid idea.
Look at this one.
Where? There. Aha, I know for a fact Jim did that one as well.
I can't. Let go of yours, James.
Okay, move the plastic.
Okay, stop there. James, over towards. I can take some of my weight. I can't get underneath it yet.
It's making me feel ill.
I can get any purchase. James, stay over on your side.
Not the right.
Okay. I can't get any purchase. I'm free from where I am. You're gonna have to let me get my leg moved. Let's put it into the wall now. Okay, just give it a bit of a wiggle. Hands away. It's passing the wiggle test, Andrew. Lovely.
The way the systems work, we've got lots of temperature sensors on the tank and actually on the panel itself, so the actual system is only put into use if the panel is hotter than the tank.
Lovely.
God, I almost sound like a plumber.
Is it pumping? Whoa! It's working, Jim.
Wow.
Jim, we had a little fountain.
You finally invented something that works.
Right, mate. Before I come down here, I just want to make sure siliconed around it so the water won't come into it. All right.
Lovely.
Silicone the holes. These are insulated. The power's through. This end's done. You know, as soon as it gets hot, this is going to start making hot water now.
Excellent.
And it's still daylight on day 2. All you got to do is tell us how much hot water you're making. Andrew, thanks. Let us know how it gets on, mate.
I will do.
Yeah. And have fun.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's good to meet you.
If it leaks, call a plumber.
I'll do that. Cheers. See you.
Have fun.
And there you are. Andrew's got solar power forever.
No gas involved in washing up this at all. No fossil fuels used. Free hot water. Who can complain?
We're on a roll. Now straight to Bournemouth to cut down Danette's fuel bills.
You're going to be in the loft.
Hello. Hiya.
Lovely to see
Nice
you.
to see you. Well, come in.
Hello, gorgeous girl. Hello, mate. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hi.
Right, we've got a fairly full day. I take it you volunteered for the loft for it, have you?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good man. Do you want to go and grab your stuff from the back of the land and get yourself kitted up, yeah? Should we have a look at the electrosave then?
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
Come on, girls. Take me to the electrosave. 2.8 pence.
So there, look at that. That's,
Okay.
I think they've obviously got the lights on up in the
The loft.
loft. The fiends.
The washing machine's a bit scary when it turns on. I think.
It's, yeah, when I do their 60-degree nappy wash,
Yeah.
it goes up to like 18p.
I think it will save money by the fact you become much more knowledgeable about what's happening in your house.
Definitely.
How scary is this lot?
We have just found out that the insulation is actually fully cellophane wrapped in bags. So you don't need this.
This sort of covering makes your little greenometer thing sort of register, think, oh, you know, look at it, we've got plastics, we've got shiny stuff. But any insulation is better than no insulation, yeah? And even insulation that's purely 100% synthetic, it'll pay back this year. And from here on, every year you'll be using this energy. Okay, 11 o'clock. In fact, it's exactly 11 o'clock. Go, 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 go. I'll pass it up, mate. Right, no, it's the double. They're just going to be having fun up there, bless them. Look, there's another one. It's happening, Danette. This is probably the most dangerous place to be, because I can see James or Jim coming through this roof.
It's not that easy, is it?
You're gonna have to revise the timings, because that's 12 minutes, and that's all of the insulation up there. You nearly finished up there?
Yeah, mate.
Right, oh, there's one.
This stuff's great. And all these kind of dreads of how horrible it was going to be. And it's fantastic to work with. And it just happens to fit perfectly into this loft, so we don't even have to cut it.
You working all right over there, Vernon?
Really?
Very well.
Okay, I gotta tell you, so far it's not too bad, because it's nearly 18 minutes now.
Hurry up!
You happy, Vernon? You are definitely.
Very happy.
Yep, put your loft hatch on, mate. That's 29 minutes. Half an hour's work for 3 people. Call it 2 hours for 1 person. Yeah? Or all of a sudden you've got yourself saving hundreds of pounds every winter from here on in.
Forever.
Next winter, the winter after that, yeah? Worthwhile investment, wasn't it?
I can't believe that's done in, what was it?
29 minutes.
That's insane.
You know what? That's good stuff.
Just crack on with
Now you
it.
have to start saving energy.
Hooray!
Yeah, I'm ready to go for it.
Back at Newhouse Farm, our ducklings are about to take the plunge.
Here they come. Here they come, Tom.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. You're a duck, you're meant to be in a pond, you silly thing.
Come on, let's swim.
Next time on It's Not Easy Being Green, the Moriartys finally get back to doing something eco on their eco campsite.
Certified yes! Yes!
And the Warren family build a pigsty for 2 Gloucestershire old spots.
They're really cool, aren't they?
For more information about any of the projects featured in the programme, log on to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle.